I think sometimes as humans, we can struggle with two truths that exist at the same time that might seem opposite. We have a hard time reconciling that. And I think that's one of the reasons why some people say that the Bible contradicts itself, because we just have a hard time with understanding a bigger context, the bigger picture. And another application of this is with our emotions. We can have, we usually have multiple emotions at once, and they can seem opposite, and it can seem really hard to understand how I can be feeling both of these things at once. But it's usually what happens, and it takes wisdom and self-awareness to be able to understand and detangle it. So for example, maybe a painful memory comes up and I'm tempted to, push it away because I don't want to feel upset about it. I don't want to feel the pain because a part of me feels like if I feel the pain, I'm not rejoicing in the Lord, and I'm not just rejoicing in my salvation. And I think there can be a temptation for us as believers to kind of deny the past, because we think that when it comes up, it's an attack from the enemy that we need to push away and rebuke and these kinds of things. But it doesn't, our emotions don't work that way. We can't just push them away and expect them to go. We're just really pushing them down, and the pressure's building when they'll start coming out in unhelpful ways. If I could give one piece of wisdom or advice in that, it's to understand that we can have two different feelings at once. So for example, I can rejoice in the Lord and have such a complete joy knowing that I belong to Him, that He'll never leave me or forsake me. And at the same time, I can acknowledge that there was harm done to me, and I can feel grieved at that. In fact, it's important to feel that grief, to feel, thank you, my love, to feel all of those feelings about living in this sinful, fallen world, and in that, the Lord can then actually comfort us, and He can help us process this grief, and then bring just the most fullness of joy, when we surrender it to Him. So we need to be honest about those feelings, and then wait and listen for the Lord, and know that He works all things for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purposes. So I just pray that that's helpful.